Hello and welcome. My name is Isabella Galvan, and I would like to thank all of you for joining me on this very special occasion. As many of you are aware, both my mother and father, Albert and Courtney Galvan, have recently received their associate's degrees from College of the Desert. If I may indulge all of you for just a moment as I make a toast to both my beloved parents. Both my mother and my father did not have the easiest time of going to college. Things were especially difficult for my father. My father first started his college journey at Redlands University. He attended Redlands for 6 months until he quickly realized that unfortunately he could not afford to continue going there. My father then dropped out and went to College of the Desert. My father did many things whilst at College of the Desert. He worked full time. He was president of the California Statewide Student Senate and president of the California Statewide Community Colleges. Whilst doing all of this, unfortunately, his mother passed away at 39 from a stroke. This meant that my father, unfortunately, had to pick up some slack from his father, as his father, unfortunately, had some other problems going on, including addiction. He became father to his two younger sisters, Jessica and Jenny, and unfortunately, during all of this, his grades slipped, and he made the tough decision to drop out of college. My father has and will forever be a hardworking man, both at home and at work. One thing that my father has done that has greatly supported the family is he stayed home for about 6 years while my mother pursued a management position and took care of both my younger brother and myself. Although finishing his associate's degree was of course on his mind, he always made sure to put, of course, my brother and myself first. My mother has always been a smart woman. However, she will be the first to tell you that she's made many mistakes. Unfortunately, not finishing her associates was one of those mistakes that she regretted and wished to fix. My mother has had a lot of responsibility ever since she was a child. And unfortunately, my mother came to a point where she could not continue going to school. My mother worked at a job which made juggling work and school very difficult. And it was a tough decision, but she always promised herself that she would finish college in her own time. My mother, of course, was originally the one to encourage both my father and my mother to enroll in college again. Juggling schools whilst working full time, of course, is difficult. My parents will be able to be the first to tell you. Although they only did 9 credits a semester, working full time and doing 9 credits while going to school is very difficult, of course, while being parents. I got to be closer to my parents as we both went to school together, which is something that I'm grateful for. My parents are not perfect by any means, but if they have shown me anything, they've shown me that no matter what the circumstance, you should always finish what you've started. And in this world, in order to be successful, quote, the real world is tough, and you are going to have to put a lot of tough work in order to be successful. That's something that my great-grandmother and, of course, my father have always taught me, and my brother. Whilst I was younger, they encouraged me and my brother to do lots of things, some of which were very difficult, like pushing me to practice my saxophone more when I was younger. And they, of course, pushed for both my brother and myself to be more independent and responsible, especially for our schoolwork, and more importantly, in those classes that we were struggling in. It may not have been the easiest journey to get where they are today. However, they're here now. Challenges are meant to be overcome, as well as something you learn from. When we look back, we can see that my parents have decided to act on a personal insecurity, which is not having a degree. They may have completed this task later than they would have expected, but not everyone's journey is the same, and some things take longer in life for us to achieve. However, that does not make those achievements any less than what they are. So, with that, please raise your glass to Albert and Courtney. May your degrees encourage others to finish what they've started. Cheers.